much more in all gamers court.
Yeah, this is
After 2 months, dude, I think it's winning. I think, I mean, as well, just looking at comps, I think XLG should be fine here.
This game, because all gamers, if they can win pistol,
We'll see. XLG on defense, AG on attack.
Their attack sides before. We especially saw that on the first map of Sunset. If they can deal some good damage
chat, I might need to
XLG,
change the audio. Let's see how
XLG
out of sync it is.
To win big on
Oh, it didn't look too bad.
Side. Already, there's the opening kill going away.
Zifix, thank you with the tier 1. Thank you with the 28 months, man. I appreciate that.
If they can deal good damage here in this half, they could set themselves up for the upset victory.
Oh, yeah, that upset is great to get first blood to open up the ace light. Rarga falling down, letting the rest of XLG to try to play on the defense. They got the setup. Coconut dropping down. Happyway finding the first frag. They find the next on the door, and it's a complete massacre.
Yeah, it was a great retake though.
Each and every single kill.
Okay, I think the sync's okay.
XLG, barring that first blood, exactly the way you want to start on the defense.
Well,
A good retake? Yeah, it's a nice retake.
not a fantastic
Advice
showing
flash hit so
from
many.
AG. Yeah, I thought, oh, they get the opening kill. They honestly put themselves in quite a good position. But again, it was the anchor players from XLG that come in big. Happyway and Fever combining, like I just said, they're the ever dependable in the back lines. It's a full house there for round number 1.
Okay, Noman gets the Outlaw out as well.
What I believe is
can one-shot everyone, but they're making sure they full save to make sure that they can buy heavy armor for next round as well.
In the series, and hopefully we're then the first of
Trip
many,
mid, dude, heavy holding to mid on the eco. I wonder if that means that they're not going to be doing it much on the rest of it, so they're just trying to make him scared.
We'll see if all gamers can, I guess, do something with those 5 classics.
This is the Ghost going crazy on his own though, so it's not too bad.
They line up, but instead, just a single kill. Delby is going to be able to find the answer, but Coconut should be in a pretty good position, especially with the support from Viva from Heaven.
Indeed. And actually, just touching on that point, didn't properly consider it that AG lost 13-7 with winning both pistols.
Was YU that big of an impact for XLG? For sure.
That's not great, and that's
he was very impactful on that team.
On the mental as well. And hopefully ED101 and the rest of the team, Delby is the IGL.
Yeah, I think No Man would be good though. I think he's a good pickup for them.
You start worrying about details like that heading into the next map. You know, thinking about
he's
the
vocal,
past, it's really going to get
and
to you, really going
we're in
to
a
struggle.
meta we can play double
Honestly,
duels most of the time if that's what they want to lean on to.
This round, of course, just the classics and 1 ghost for Shrimp. And putting the time down low here, Happyway. The Bulldog is just
not even sure they can plant. Yeah, I don't think they can, right?
Cleanup. There might be just enough time.
Close.
No, it's
jump means you can't.
For them. XLG get their second round.
Important one of that, at least they got the Bulldog, and they're going to get the extra money from that spike plant, but they're going to lose all their numbers. Never mind, those are the guns gone. But no harm, no foul for all gamers anyway. They were going to get the buy in the third one. It is good.
Noman, yeah, it's just hard flexing. This is the funny thing as well. I saw this on Reddit a little bit. Like, the flex roll is interesting.
That's the main thing.
Because, in my opinion, this year might be the first time that we actually see, like, proper flex. Like, at the moment now, I feel like this is where we see proper flex. Whereas before, flex was pretty much just Flash Initiator and a Viper. And that was, like, what you would flex as.
In the long run,
but now we actually see like flex being flex roll, like where you have to change up so much
to make those plays happen again,
depending on maps.
Yeah, and let's face it as well. You say
so in my opinion, this is like the first year where the flex roll is actually like proper flex instead of just Viper
on both maps so far.
Initiator is your flex.
Just peeks into the angle, the dry swing. Gonna get taken down early.
Shot back, and they're working their way into 3. Not just that, the fact that Kira is there towards A main can be a big nuisance. Everything is going to be on Viva here as they try to peek it. Good timing, but not the kill. Perhaps the shock dart that is going to push them back off the angle.
No way.
Peek it, thankfully.
He took 0 damage here.
Find the kill there.
Dude, and he gets that full info as well. Man, that's huge. They gotta go late into Thorns. Oh, dude, they're in trouble.
Much more passive.
Yeah, is Eli looking alright for this one? Let's see what the Bucky can get.
Come up big, happy weight. Got the Bucky here, and it's gonna come up huge.
Dude, I can't believe he W keyed forwards.
Not able to survive with his headhunter.
No way. He did great though. Yeah, this is rough from AG. They cancelled on their A when they didn't find any of the double sentinel util. This is like, it's kind of showing a little bit that teams don't practice against this comp match, because like this is something that you actually just can't call. And then you just, again, like other comps you can call this, but against this comp I don't think you can call this.
At least I understand why No Man took that, you know, like
people are
people
just aren't used to playing against this.
Now they got the lead. And, you know, you would hope that they are able to keep that kind of momentum running in. It's back to a half buy from All Gamers. They got the Guardian. They got a couple of Sheriffs. It could be dangerous.
Yeah, No Man still.
But in reality, it still should be
keeps the outlook and one-shot everyone, pushing down towards middle again. They love on the ecos, like pushing over towards middle, because they're not going to do it in the buy rounds, basically.
Coconut potentially forced to dip away with Paranoia coming in. And the updraft dash.
Okay, they know there's one behind. Trigger the alarm bot behind here. Insta goes over towards short because he knows there's no pressure here.
Gamers. XLG forced to respect that space.
Oh.
No way. Wait, they got so much info from this.
Caught in the utility in the drone, and Coconut can't get the trade either. Coming up massive from heaven. The shutdown by Runga with 2.
Shot.
It's now a 2 versus 2, and CEG is able to find the Sheriff, wrangles that into submission. No Man tap on the spike, Vandal now in hand. Both these players still only with their Sheriffs. He's got 1v1s. If he can isolate
he must just be like, where is the other guy? I've gone around the whole map.
Positioning. He might know it now. There's the tap. The expectation of
dude.
the swing.
I mean, that's pretty much all down to Spitfires.
HP, and All Gamers are on the board.
But it was kind of interesting because it was all because of the alarm bot getting triggered behind, right? And then they realized they were in sight and they have to go proactive, and so Spitfires went aggro over towards heaven because they were pushing behind because of the alarm bot.
We're just all about keeping that position
also an
alive,
eco, so
and Coconut being traded there.
He just went for it.
Those smokes. Changed the round completely. You can tell XLG still feeling pretty okay about this, but yeah, like, you know, the players got to keep the momentum up, but Voya is the true
I wonder what... I didn't like follow the drone. I guess he dodged it as well.
That one. XLG still looking pretty good. Still got the buys. An operator on No Man, but that is a crucial miss.
It is. Lockdown coming in as well.
Yeah, I mean, they started 3 over towards B because of the Killjoy ult.
They've got to evacuate the site here.
Oh, that's a great KO nade though. The KO nade to stop the spam once you're going out is huge.
Spitfires.
Okay, this is a hard retake. That was a really hard retake.
Available thanks to the spike plant. I would say probably shouldn't use it in this round, but you know, if things get hairy, there's suddenly the possibility. And oh, Coconut maybe just missed Kira there. Be aware of it, but as the push comes on through from Market, they are going to have to.
And they let them take this much map control.
Through for now, and there's the Steel Garden. There's the Bladestorm being caught.
Oh god, they line up, man. They're a great lineup. Yeah, I don't think she like can do this, but obviously it's just the Killjoy ult that lets them take control. Kind of a back-to-back nice round from Spitfire. I will say the luck here at middle was like perfect.
I don't know if that was XLG's arrow.
Like he bought his time so much
on the retake itself, because that
is very good.
But all in all,
very good sense of
just finding the right time,
like buying his time. I'm brutal. Thanks so much to the 26 months. Thank you, Becky.
Warga couldn't really take hold of the 2 players peeking him, one from the backside, one from both.
Because most Larkers there will probably peak a lot earlier than him.
Into this one. Warga aggressive again, and once more.
Dude, this is gonna get close now. It's gonna get real close.
This is just become a mental game. It's just like, okay, I'm just gonna say this. This is like some TL shenanigans where everybody's playing their own game. They're doing the worst calls possible, but it's only Varga that's doing that, to be honest. But Varga eventually will need to be like honed in by the rest of the team because he has become a liability now on a must-win defense.
Yeah, he absolutely has. You can't afford too many attacking rounds to go the way of AG.
Oh god, what's going on here?
Will just be able
Masova's shocking himself at middle.
Defensive side to win the series. I have to say, I'm really enjoying the IGLing from Delby so far in this game, and whether it was something they talked about beforehand or whether it was on the fly, that setup, you have the lockdown.
Okay, late time again, going into a vice. This is going to get a little rough. One hero gun here, Coconut is Sheriff.
It's lovely work in the previous
Omen
round.
Flash was good. Okay, this Omen TP is great though.
Things on the anti-eco. Happyway, 10 and 3. He's got the Guardian. He's doing absolute bits.
Ah, that's incredible shots from him as well.
Delby,
still pretty doable for this guy. Everyone's one shot. Did he reload? Probably not. Change his gun. Oh, it's done.
And the time's now run out. No man doing such a good job, and all Viva has to do is.
Dude, AG needs to go way faster. They're going so slow against the Vice. The problem is they go like slow against a Vice chamber. And they don't find like enough of the info, and then they end up just gamble heading over towards the site.
Well, it was a blooming of sorts for Happyway. Another time that he just comes up.
It's pretty sure what we said though. Like they just don't play against this comp much, so they don't really know how to play against it. And it is a nightmare to play against.
Always won for XLG. Still not away from the growing pains just yet, but at least they're containing their casualties. They got 4 rounds. The game is progressing at a good pace, but No Man hasn't really been the most impactful in the game so far. 13 kills from Happyway. That's the kind of game that he's been having on the Sentinel role, and that is going to be added to 14.
Yeah, he's just trying to swing off his turret getting shot.
Now they'll need to fully commit to the A side try to perhaps change things. Raga from the same position that Happyway is from. It is going to be instantly spammed. Raga down to 23 points.
Raga's lucky to be alive here.
But probably his role is going to be much more supportive than
you're probably just going to see him tuck the whole time and choose his ult, I guess, as well.
Yeah, and you've still got No Man on the chamber as well, who maybe hasn't been having the best game so far, 1 and 4, but is still in that duelist position.
Doesn't TP out? Okay.
Especially in the way that XLG are hoping to utilize this player in this position.
Well, gets the full info for it.
The operator down mid has been able to take down Spitfires as well. So, all things doing well, and just to touch on Happyway, you said about the impact that he's been having. The highest rated player for XLG at Masters Toronto was Happyway, playing those Sentinel roles, a 223 ACS over the 2 matches they played. That's pretty darn good. So, you know, we know him to be a player
Chinese fanatic. Then AG, how slow they're playing. I think they're just struggling against the comp. That's it.
The rest of all gamers are waiting to save this one. Timer ticks away.
Janice, thank you so much for the prime as well. Appreciate the 25 mums. Thank you for that.
Hold the line pretty well, thankfully, and they'll be hoping to keep on that streak. Hopefully, though, for them, they just, you know, it's always the case of, can we keep Raga from dying in the first 20 seconds? If yes, then XLG probably wins the round. So far, it's been working pretty well, you know. Raga didn't die for the previous 2 rounds. And
okay,
it continues to be
another go at it.
They should be having a pretty good game. It's just all about No Man finding the value, because you know,
I think this might be too many rounds soon as well.
That was in the hand
Look, as much as you would imagine that this is comps just insane on defense, it's pretty good on attack as well.
Here, but could actually find the proper timing. He set up Raga aggressive this time. Finally, he finds something, and when it rains, it pours. As XLG doubles down to clear off B main.
Back-to-back impact there from No Man and Raga. 2 more duelist players. I guess No Man's kind of been flexing about in this match.
I will say though, I do like that at least like the old comps in this best of 3 lost.
Knowing that there was a gap in the
that makes me happy.
The recon dart as well from AG. playing it perfectly there to get that 5-on-3, the 2-man advantage. And AG, they're looking like they want to save again here, but they can't really afford that opportunity. So to a site they will go, and Shrimp no longer on the Omen, instead playing the KO here. Not
Go ahead in the site, 30 seconds against the Vice.
I mean, both of the last maps, but especially on Sunset, he was doing massive work. And
yeah, all you gotta do is just kind of stay alive. You still play Fawns, you got your flash.
To break the sheer.
He's 16 and 4.
Even though through the flashpoint, it doesn't work. Happy Way, okay, maybe a bit too big for his boots. Raga now stepping into the fold as well.
Another round with it.
XLG, please stop.
I might even run out as well.
Kills. Eventually they do shut him down.
I don't want to say it's done, but it feels like it's done.
But yeah, I want to see more from
Happy Way. Dude, it's like the best thing ever for Happy Way though. Every single time they end up hitting his site
in that situation where,
with 30 to 25 seconds left, and he's always got a setup that is like selfish for him to kind of get kills or like flash blood fast.
Honestly, it was the earlier 2 kills and Happy Way there. No, fully flashed. He still had the wherewithal to adjust the crosshair. And realistically, this is exactly what you want. Happy Way, definitely making everyone happy right now. I am a happy person because
and they gotta speed up, try to find these walls a bit faster.
At least I see the pieces that I trust in to perform.
Again, this is just one of those comps, man. It's one of those comps that
all about
first time you play against a new team with it, you don't know exactly how they're going to play it. Should be winning.
And
then
just keeping them
it
on
has
the
enough
correct course.
thought behind it. It should be good for multiples.
This is their first game back again in the domestic league.
Y2 ABK, thank you so much for the 9 months. Appreciate the tier 1, dude. Thank you for that.
But it's also, as he said, all about getting those early points to make sure you secure your path to champions, to keep that slot. That is everything for Sheila Gaming here, because they are one of the Ascension teams, and they will be hoping that they can follow the path of teams like G2.
Eureka as well with the tier 1. Thank you for the 17 months. Appreciate that. These are my list for the Plat Chat top 10. I said I would do it last night, and I didn't do it last night, so I got to do it today.
XLG,
I haven't actually got it yet. So even if it's on the list to do today. Today's a work day.
That does have them in 4th place.
Do all the stuff that I need to do. But that's on the list.
Do
it with us? No, because you guys are going to persuade me to do your madness.
If 2 of the 3 teams above them get to the grand final, that's all they really need.
Yeah, it's looking desperate.
First kill comes on in. That's a little bit brazen from Spitfires. Viva... Oh, he's certainly testing it. He's certainly being able to find a kill as well, somehow. That's ridiculous. He shut down the doppelganger, opposing Sova on the other side. Dimensional drift giving the information.
Yeah, I mean, Gio had a nice nice anti-KO setup.
They still caught most of them on that. Raga with 1, 2, that should be the round. Delby is nowhere near getting that one back, with the
Carpe top 1, yeah.
It should be a deal, and it is 7 for XLG on the board.
That's what I mean. Rossi would come into chat and make me do it.
Normality. XLG running away with the lead. All gamers feeling like the bottom seed of stage 1.
Top 10 of the whole of Valorant's pretty hard.
It's unfortunate for them because
it's like, how do you even view it?
Such a good showing in map 1. But like we said, you win both pistols on Lotus. Only get to 7 rounds. XLG now running.
It's the beginning of the game. Everyone was so bad.
Ascent as well.
So it's like,
so
even factor much of that in.
Chance for a 7-5 half.
Kind of have to, but at the same time, everyone was awful.
How Ascent is right now, you would absolutely take that. It would feel like a bit of a robbery to get that 7-5 half as Nomad. Goes for the swing with the operator. Knows he has to rendezvous to dip out of there.
Literally depends on if you're waiting up peak versus consistency. Yeah.
There's a trade on back,
and I guess you kind of have to do consistency.
Inside of mid. So the lurk from Delby has now been activated. I don't know if Happy Way's aware.
He's definitely considering the fact that he might have actually made a play. But maybe not anticipating him to be on that side of things. Depression coming in. Viva might be pressured. It's a great paranoia, but can they clear the jet? That is a paramount question. Coconut holds down the line.
What happened to these guys first map? They look so much more in control. But I will say that AG aren't playing against the comp right.
Yeah.
They don't know what to do.
So
They're just site hitting.
Did expect Delby on the flank, and then Coconut is just him.
The most polarizing player on the list would be Ye. Yeah, Ye's pretty hard to do because it's just like, where'd you put him? Because that was a meta.
I feel like we've been a little bit critical at times, especially in terms of
because if you put Ye very high, you're kind of a hypocrite if you don't put CNED very high as well. So that's
of the moment,
it's like, where'd you weigh it up?
10 more kills than the second place player on the team. Looking a little bit rough for them. If you can shut down
Holy, that TP across is huge.
And Raga doesn't expect Kira to be so close up, but there's a trade with the Hunter's Fury, of all things. Spitfire's going down into 4 versus 4 here, Volt.
Yeah, CNED wasn't as good in the later years, but you could kind of say that with Ye as well. That's what I'm saying. It's like, if you're putting Ye up there, I think I would put Ye and CNED in the same boat. Where it's like, they're still good players without the meta, but they're not the best in the world that they were at the time.
But he's looking at mid. That's not where they're gonna go.
Like what Ye did in 2022 is exactly what CNED did in 2021 champs.
But I understand the reasoning behind that. The dark cover with that ultimate should be pretty much all the information XLG needing to focus all of their attention on the other part of the map, the lockdown. They're gonna wait for
Chronicle has to be top 3.
Some space for Happy Way. Shouldn't be detained for long. It's an important kill there for Nomad to find as they keep the numbers advantage alive.
This is one of their best chances.
Of course, offset by time now being in favor of AG. Oh, onto Shrimp. What a powerful position that he has, but he could not control the spray, and they're falling apart piece by piece.
Absolutely annihilated.
XLG get the map back in control.
That's unfortunate.
Can you put someone that hasn't won a Masters or a Champs?
A little bit too antsy, a bit too eager to try and find a kill there.
What kind of names would we be thinking?
And then the rest of the players not really in the right position to trade. They try and
this is probably the only person that I would be tempted to.
It just does not work for them. Nice work from Viva in the opening as well.
That's it. It's only Mako, right?
Yeah, just again, the word is disjointed, but this time the cracks are starting to show for all gamers. And when the first map on XLG's map pick, no less, they were looking so disciplined.
Why are so many of you writing artists?
And right now, like you said, starting to look like the team that was bottom seed in the group, winless in stage 1. No man just not allowing himself to get distracted by Spitfires there. He knows that Viva has his back. And that's Happy Way again, the man of the moment, the power player in the power moment.
Jesus, man, it looks so horrible to play against. But they're just sight hitting, man.
Final 3 as well.
They don't like. If you watch this back, if you were like a TMVer, like and you were looking for YouTube ideas, you would just go how one trip defeated a team. And it's like they never defaulted over towards middle. They never like worked out where the vice was to know where to hit. They never defaulted over towards middle to break this trip.
Kept wanting from any of this position in the shot.
So they just don't know how to play against the comp. But that's kind of fair as well because it's so new.
Come on, give us the kill already. The 10-2 half is finally there.
Yeah, that was kind of the half that they needed.
That first map got us pretty hyped up.
Statement,
but then it just started. It just started looking how we thought it would look.
It is to be expected by that kind of defensive comp that they were running. You know, they got both of the Sentinels. They got the round on lock. Happy Way.
What about Envy?
The information that there was a TP made.
The Envy's good, but I couldn't put him in top 10. You have like those players that could be in a team that can win stuff. There's like 2 really that could be in a team that haven't won stuff.
When both pistols on map
Envy, and then Mako's more proven than these.
They got some time
this is like potential. This is like potential could be in a Masters winning team easy.
Any chance of running a comeback.
But they kind of get wrecked because the rest of their team. They also stick to an AUG the whole time, which in this game I'm not sure you should be doing as much.
So,
but
it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a mighty old road.
The top 10 list is pretty hard.
There's a reason why we see comebacks so rarely, and it is because It is because it's just such a mountain to climb, especially, you know, it's the end of I wouldn't say a long best of 3. The maps have been fairly short in and of themselves.
How much do you value IGL in the top 10 list?
Especially as you keep
yeah, that's true as well.
Here
probably not though, and you probably just don't, because again, you don't know. You don't know.
To get themselves out of that
this is the issue. We
rut.
don't know. We can only go off of what we know.
No, Shrimp still yet to get a kill. Got quite a lot of these players on.
Leo, I mean, Leo's in the top 10.
Low number of
it's
them.
Just where do you put him?
You look at the other side, Happy Ways,
and then it's like we haven't seen him for 2 years. Then you kind of have to factor in other players that like peaked around then as well.
With the discography, I guess. You know, we said that there was a dark, beautiful twisted fantasy with all gamers and their stars. But right now, Happy Way got all.
He
the
didn't
power.
have 10s. The thing is, you have to have 10s.
In a single half.
But he'll probably be between 7 to 10. But you have to have 10s.
Be down to them.
Because he dominated 2021. Well, he dominated a small amount of 2021, but then he came back. And he did what most players can't really do. Jeez, this is a 5v5 brawl over towards middle. Okay, well, it's done.
No strategy involved.
Yeah, that one was fairly quick. That's for sure. Understatement of the year, I reckon. But for XLG,
he was smarter in 2021. Yeah, but mate, the problem is you're thinking of. You say he was smurfing in 2021, but honestly, only for like the first 5 months. Because Sentinels and Champs weren't a thing.
has the read apparently.
I can't even remember them in Berlin.
I guess more importantly, they got the aim to back it up. Now let's see if they're gonna play it out well. Love this from Nomad.
Like what Tens did when he came back on the smokes roll was more impressive than what he did in 2021.
But they gotta respect the presence of the smoke because those pistols, close range, they could be detrimental. Now all gamers in the same
the mad thing is as well is everyone will go 2021 and you'll think of 10s, but I'm telling you,
find something in this round, but
there's other players that did more than 10s in 2021.
No man. Got a safety TP.
Like CNED was more impressive than 10s in 2021.
They can't find the kills. Now No Man comes and chimes in. But it's too little too late because all gamers have actually found the better of them here. It's going to be 2 players alive for XLG.
They pick up
at
guns.
least they got 2 Bulldogs and they got the spike down.
Yeah, there is an upgrade in hand. So, yeah, like you said, the 2 Bulldogs. Doable. Certainly is doable for all gamers. They're all grouped up together for now. Through the window, having the area of attack. And Coconut's on this off angle. Question is, do they expect it? Player down below is the one that takes down the dart, who has now been felled. Coconut is there.
Jesus.
Steady, ice cold.
Okay. Well.
And you know what? Fun fact, the coconut is actually not the nut. It is a fruit. And all the labor will be blooming here for Coconut. It's been a beautiful time for him and Happy Way. Crucial round to win. Of course, a lot of casualties on their side means that the bonus could be an easy conversion for all gamers. But a necessary one to win because if
Scream? Nah, Scream can't be in the top 10. Scream was pretty good in 2021. He would if he just go in 2021, he's in the top 10
across the board.
For sure.
Hope for the best, because all you can do now
the problem is
memes are not just dreams.
He got a lot more years to consider after. That's not a thing.
Hope and take a timeout. Like, obviously, you have to. You're down.
Aspas is in there.
On the verge of losing the series.
In the top 10. I mean, we got to do it today somehow.
It hasn't quite been as clean as we would have hoped for Gilai Gaming, but, you know, the crowd's certainly still...
Meteor? Dude, I don't even know.
Cheering them on, and...
Because the thing is, I think I put consistency way higher than peak performance.
And in the end, a win
then you have to go who's been consistent
for
5 years.
To remember, yes, it was a pretty disastrous
Leaf's interesting.
There's obviously things to learn from.
I think I might have Leaf in there.
a little bit of this
Leaf's
map
been
as
consistent
well.
since 2021.
Even in victory, you can learn those lessons, but you get the dub on the board. Check that column off. Hopefully, get yourselves to champs. If you
What about China? Problem is that China weren't playing for the first 2 years.
That journey starts here. Final round. They are playing for the bonus. They could have gone for an investment to this one. Try to finish it off with whatever upgrades that they can get right now. All gamers though.
Okay, hold up, chat.
Multiple mid traps.
we need Shrimp to get a kill, chat. We can't have anyone. We can't have anyone doing this.
They got the high low, but the player from the
Where is he?
is the one surviving Graga. Allowing Viva to find that kill. Right now, all gamers are not in a good spot, but neither are XLG. They'll beat him a single point of health. He's got to back off pretty quickly. They got the control. They got enough time, and that was just the one gambit that they were hoping it would work. Right now, hopefully for them, Spitfire sacrifice will not be in vain as it bought them valuable time. Not a lot of time left for XLG, but maybe just about enough for them to win this round here.
Yeah, there's the chance, and Delby with the kill as well. GG on the lockdown also. So 3 versus 3.
Oh dude, Delby's in so much trouble.
Players. They know this player's up close. Delby not long for this world.
Here we go, mate.
Oh, Shrimp.
Okay.
Hello. In the 1v3, made it a 1 versus 1.
Oh, what a beast, man. There we go. What a beast. He just needed the pressure. That's all he needed. He just needed the pressure of it.
And I don't think you could have 3 more impactful kills for this map because it keeps AG in it.
Yeah, it keeps him alive, dude.
Pivotal one there. You know, they needed to convert the bonus. I was scared that they wouldn't have been able to do so. Just the start looked so good for XLG. Of course, Shrimp just coming in there with those.
You can put Kang Kang in your top 10. Yeah, it's interesting. Kang Kang Chichu.
But let's hope.
Dude, this list is gonna be so hard. Maybe I have to do it with you guys here. It could be pretty fun.
XLG, you know, that's the important part about this round, I feel. They never have shied away.
Only one final? Yeah, but he was like...
You know, they could definitely work themselves.
You gotta remember, he was in a region where they got the game late.
Try to distract that round, but instead
like
he
could only do so much.
Actually guarded them in first blood. They spotted the other player as well, and Akira has got to make the move. Another shot from Raga. Beginning of the end is here. Spitfire with a pivotal kill, and that could be another one.
Oh boy.
It's not aware, and out of nowhere, all gamers are back in the game.
They absolutely are.
Oh god, what's going on?
Spitfires now into the more. Kira is there with 1, and you've still got Delby in the backside of B. Boathouse is his abode for the time being. Happy wait.
Do top 3 from each region, then you can do a top 10.
And Raga, they've doubled up.
Yeah,
now.
That could be something.
The star of
be a way of doing
Toronto
it.
and the series so far, and the star of stage 1. They've got to combine here. And Raga,
Jesus, nice shot.
There's the second. A lovely snap. And again, it's a clutch.
Dude, Raga's had a crazy quiet series. He's just done this at the end.
Clutch has to come on through. Paranoia in. Gonna reveal the position. Another smoke as well to try and take away. Gets the spot onto the player inside the boathouse as well, but there comes the drop.
Well, we were excited after the first map, but then it actually looked pretty convincing from G-Line.
Gaming, it might
yeah, definitely need to change. Honestly, they just need to change their sunset comp. I'm so convinced you can't play that comp these days. And if you are going to play that, I think you have to at least play the KO instead of the Breach. Certainly the Breach is good.
That's exactly what we thought was going to happen.
Ashley Pete, thank you so much for the 20 mums. Thank you for that.
They got the nerves of the